and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 10 of Nintendo Power Hour. I am back, we are back. You should be excited, this is going to be fun. I don't hear cheers, but it's fine. It's too early in the morning. Oh well.
Yeah, it's way too early in the morning.
It's fine, I've had my cup of tea, I'm caffeinated, it's all good. But yeah, the other voice you hear, it is Middle of Nowhere Gaming's very own house elf, Aaron Dobby Dobby.
Hello, everyone.
And then we also have the not so much Middle of Nowhere Gaming, but still joining anyway, ex-Nintendo Ninja, Waluigi Contaldi.
I kind of just join up. Yeah, I'm not even part of the group. I'm not even supposed to be here. That's the weird thing. But whatever. I'm hoping no one catches on. No one ends up telling Jordan.
No, he knows.
We just don't know how to quit you. We don't know how to quit you.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows. He does listen.
Right.
He's like one of our 10 viewers.
Maybe he thinks it's a different Luke Contaldi.
It's actually Luke Ontaldi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, let's see how that works.
Because you're conning us.
Yes, long con.
So yeah, also, this is our Nintendo Power Hour Book Club special. So at the end, we will be discussing Wario Land 3. Once again, there will be spoilers. There is not much story from what I have gathered.
There's not really spoilers.
It's not really spoilers. You can listen anyway.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
There is like a total of 2 plot points in the whole game that are both revealed right at the very end. So...
It's like when people spoil the Mega Man games. Nobody cares.
Right.
It's when you start spoiling the Final Fantasies, then there is an issue. Sorry, this is just my whole issue with internet. I kind of did get Final Fantasy VI spoiled for me within like a day of finding out it was good, which is quite depressing.
Oh.
Okay, but on to news. So first up, Pokemon Go. This is cool.
Yep. Yeah, this was announced today. This is from the developers of Ingress, and it's basically Ingress with Pokemon.
What is Ingress, for those who don't know?
Yeah. So Ingress is a game that takes advantage of your phone's GPS, and you like walk around the real world and have to go to specific places, zones to try and capture them, I believe. I haven't played it, so I just sort of know what it's about.
I can't remember, but I thought this was the exact same trailer they used. Remember when Google Maps did it for like one day?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it literally is the same thing. But this seems almost like the exact same trailer as well.
Yeah, but with the Google Maps thing, you just had to like scroll around the map and click on the Pokemon, and that was it. Like, this is actually a full-fledged, massively multiplayer Pokemon game that occurs in real life.
Right.
So you can catch wild Pokemon, and then you can trade them with other people and fight other trainers if you run into them on the street and they happen to be wearing a very visible Pokeball watch.
Yeah. I wonder how practical this is. Because I'm curious, like, who this is necessarily made for. Most of the Pokemon audience, and I'm saying this as part of the Pokemon audience, it's still aimed at younger kids. I still know that there are kids in my brother's grade, he was in middle school, who were playing Pokemon to this day. And sure, they do have iPhones. It's totally, that absolutely can happen, but they're not necessarily mobile enough that I think they could utilize this. I mean, they can't jump in a car and they can't say, oh, I'm going to go on a 2 or 3 mile hike. So, I don't know. I mean, there's absolutely adult people who are into Pokemon. But
yeah,
I wonder how
like
popular
adults who will mob Times Square in order to catch Mewtwo.
Yeah,
start a riot.
Right.
Okay, well,
Sorry, the trailer was really silly. I keep talking about it, but
my whole point is that I really want to play this. Kind of. Also, somebody who I did not know was into video games shared this on Facebook, so I was like, ooh, new audience maybe. But it's more the fact that I go on about this a lot. I live in a tiny island. It is 5 miles by 9 miles. How many Pokemon are going to be on this island?
Right.
It's
If
all
there
gonna
are
be.
any
It's
at
all
all.
gonna be.
It's only a Cerebi.
Tentacool and Goldeen.
Maybe a Cerebi too. I like to think that they just put one of those somewhere that's unattainable, except for Lucy.
Exactly. And then,
You can go
just-
catch Kyogre in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere.
yep. There'll be tons of water Pokemon, lots of tentacles, lots
Yeah.
of Magikarps. But
What
nope.
would be really cool is if they made it like actually a competition to who could get them all, and they made like $1 million cash prize. That would be insane, because I think then they would have that sudden audience who are like, I already love Pokemon and I absolutely am a fan of $1 million.
Do you think that this is the precursor to the establishment of a real Pokemon League? You think like just somewhere in the world we're gonna set up Victory Road and Indigo Plateau?
That makes
Everyone
me
has
terrified.
to make the pilgrimage there in order to become a real Pokemon master.
Everything in Pokemon just starts becoming real. Like people like look at you in the eyes and just want your money all of a sudden.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Do you think there are
Pokemon,
going to be drive-by Pokemon battles?
just like driving, like, and you're in traffic, and then there's like a little notification comes up, like, Pokemon trainer nearby, 5 meters ahead, look out your window. And you just like Pokemon battle, like, while you're in traffic.
Right. But yeah, it's really cool. I like that they're doing it. I might even probably prefer that it was instead of catching the Pokemon, it was like an AR Pokemon Snap in the real world. But yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
Also, is
think I will
anybody gonna
try
get that?
it.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Aaron.
I think I will try it, but you guys know that I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan to begin with, so
You're all about that Yokai Watch.
I am so keen.
I'm definitely gonna try it. That too.
It's gonna be so good.
I've heard
Like,
good
literally.
things.
No, yeah, I've heard tons of good things. I've wanted it for like 2 years, and it's finally come out, and people finally know what I'm talking about when I say Yokai Watch. So
Right.
that is great. Also, one last thing: is anybody gonna buy that watch? Has anybody seen the what's it called?
it's called the Pokemon Go Plus.
Plus. It is a companion smartwatch device, and it
Now
has
I
a
gotta go
Pokeball.
look at this.
Yeah, it's calling it a smartwatch is pretty generous. I think it has some lights and it vibrates, and
It's-
you can press a button on it to throw a Pokeball in the game, I guess.
It is actually like the Pokewalker from Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
It's just like like they just slapped a faceplate on it, put it on a like elastic bracelet. Yeah, I'm not gonna get that. It'll look ridiculous.
It seems like you don't have to wear it on the strap. It seems
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a clip that you can take off and like clip to your jeans or something if you want.
Yeah. Do you know what? I would have considered it if I had never tried the what was the Pokemon pedometer again?
Pokewalker?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
if I
Pokewalker.
never tried the Pokewalker, I might have picked this up, but I literally wore that Pokewalker like 5 times and was like, I'm not interested in this.
Won't you look so cool if you get like 6 of those and put them on your belt?
Almost everything is a pedometer now. Like I only need so many things in my life to count steps. Though that can throw Pokeballs, and that's something that my Nike Fuel Band certainly can't do.
Not what my Fitbit can do.
I mean, if you wear 2 pedometers, you get twice as many steps, right?
I'm pretty
Twice
sure
as many
that's how it
calories
works. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll burn calories twice as fast.
Back to Mario Maker. It sounds so weird. Anyway, I don't even know why we wrote this down. Mario Maker, when we're recording this, is coming out tomorrow. Well, it's actually coming out today for me.
It's literally
Right.
out in the next 14 minutes.
I think I could turn on my Wii U if I wanted to and buy it and play it,
Yep.
but I'm not that keen on Mario Maker, so
Wow, you're the only one.
I literally am. That and Esteban. Just read his editorial.
Uh,
It's literally
yeah,
him just hating on Nintendo, but he says some good
sure.
points.
Now,
Yeah.
Esteban, he's Colorwind, right?
Yes.
And he loves Sonic games.
He does. Wait, no, I need to bring
Yeah.
up
Okay,
this Sonic
so that
rumor.
is as much as we need to know about video game taste. Is that he loves
Oh wow.
Sonic
Okay.
games.
He literally is the modern equivalent of a Sega. He's like the last Sega fan. Wait, I do want to actually find the Sonic Boom review because I want to see what he gave it. Because if I remember, he was like the one reviewer ever to give it a decent score. There we go. Okay. His Sonic Bamp. He gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's much
I was gonna
higher
say,
than
I
the normal
don't think-
too.
Yeah, I don't think that he actually liked it all that much. He was just saying that
It's mediocre.
it had its redeeming moments at times.
Right.
Still.
But yeah, Mario Maker.
Awesome.
That'll be out by the time you're listening to this, and
And it may possibly be next month's book club.
oh
What?
yeah,
I'm the one deciding it.
that's true.
Are you forcing me to buy it?
I gotta think about it.
Um,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
we
let's
got
see.
some-
Wait, how
we
much
got
is it on
some
Amazon?
news
Let's see.
this morning.
You can rent it.
Actually, I could so do that. Wait, there's gonna be... Because nobody's gonna want to rent it. Let's be real. Rent... Okay, let's see. Where's a rental place in the 21st century? Oh wait, Rent Video Games UK. Like, you can tell, I don't rent video. Okay.
You're not even sure what renting is. I don't think you've ever had to go into. Have you ever went into like a Blockbuster or those sort of things?
Actually, I did once when I was like 5. And it was like £1 for a DVD for like one day. And I remember I didn't watch it. Okay, actually, we might be okay. Let's start a free trial. Because that is how you do these things. Now, if I start a priority free trial, then how long does it last? Sorry, this is basic. Wait, no, we should probably get on topic.
Yes, we should.
Yeah. So Mario Maker looks like it will be the next book club, as long as I can rent it.
Okay.
Okay. Next on the list, the new 3DS is finally out in North America.
Well, it's coming at least. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, coming. Sorry.
Yeah, because it is exclusive to the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer bundle.
Ugh.
That is the only way you can get a regular size new Nintendo 3DS in North America right now.
I'll let you.
I mean, at this point, they already told me it's not coming out, and I already picked it up on I picked up the normal big one, the what is it called? Majora's Mask special edition one.
Yeah, new 3DS XL.
Right. I would have, though, if they had given me the option and they supported it and they made faceplates, I would have gotten the small one in an instance. And this is by no means, trying to get me to buy Animal Crossing Happy Home.
I mean, of course, if you get this, you can get the faceplates from wherever you want. The faceplates aren't region locked.
Yeah, but that means that you have to import it. And some of, if we've been in the culture long enough, we're fine. We've imported things before, but most people aren't going to do it.
Also, why would you import a new 3DS when none of your American games work on it?
No, just the faceplates.
We're talking about importing the faceplates.
Oh, importing the faceplates.
Yeah.
Though the Majora's Mask faceplates do look pretty good. There's like one where there's like the skulking, it's all artistic, and it did make me jealous of those who bought the small one, because I did buy the large 3DS XL anyway, because I wanted the bigger screen.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. This is another thing and I say this about Nintendo a lot, I don't know who this is for. Like, I think that most people who have wanted a new Nintendo 3DS have already jumped on board. And this certainly isn't the Animal Crossing game that's going to make Animal Crossing fans go, oh, do you know what? I need to pick up a new system for this. You know, they already, if they enjoyed playing New Leaf, they're either still playing New Leaf or if they've run the course of it. Most likely the latter. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see who buys this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people who are at least excited about Happy Home Designer and getting the amiibo cards for that. So,
right. Speaking of which, I'm going to go camping in a couple hours.
Ooh.
Oh.
Camping is fun.
By camping, I mean sitting outside of Toys R Us waiting to get baby
pass
or
Yeah, right.
I thought you were going to be in a field where it's muddy and rainy. Oh wait, that's just England every day.
I can't afford to be out that late and not go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so I'm gonna try for the Bowser Jr. amiibo maybe on my lunch break.
That one they say should be pretty
luck.
easy. They say that most Toys R Us's are getting like 100.
Huh? That's pretty good. Because I definitely didn't have any trouble just walking into Toys R Us for whatever their last exclusive was. I can't remember which one it was.
Right.
But is it Lucario? Yeah, I think it was Lucario.
I think it
I
was
was just able
Greninja.
to walk in. Oh, that's right. It was Greninja. That Lucario was their first exclusive. Yeah, I was able to just walk into the store and get one of those like around lunchtime the day that came out. So
Yeah.
I have hope.
I don't do amiibos anymore, so
Broken the habit.
Yeah.
yep. On the actually no, I can't segue into this. Project Treasure is now called Lost Reavers, and according to Aaron, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I wrote the podcast notes this time. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same game that we all knew it was going to be, except it looks a lot smoother and a lot more polished now. I don't know, it just seems fun. It's a cooperative, 4-player online action RPG. You got to go into the dungeon and find treasure and cover each other while you look around for things and shoot zombies. And
do we have a tentative release date for this?
No, but I believe there is a online beta test in Japan that is currently happening or has already happened.
Right.
So it can't be too far off there.
Right. I'm just not sure whether or not we should be expecting this before or after NX.
Oh no! I mean, the beta test is happening on the Wii U, right?
Right. No, I fully believe it to be a Wii U game. Nintendo has said that even when NX comes out, that they will continue to support the Wii U. And generally they do like a couple of games. I don't know. They said that the NX, we're getting announcements sometime soon, and by soon I mean this year. By this year I mean within the year, not before 2015 ends. So
yeah, I would be surprised if Lost Reavers came out after the NX did.
Right.
Have we gotten
like an English version? We have, right? Like, this trailer is obviously in all Japanese.
So we haven't got an English version of this trailer because this trailer was made specifically for the beta test.
Right.
But we did get the announcement translated in English.
Right. Yeah.
As part of, I think it was the E3 digital event. So, yeah, so still no reason not to believe it won't be coming out outside Japan.
Totally.
True fact. Moving on. And, this is our last news story. Though there is something else if we have time I can quickly just talk about and get excited about is that Pikmin 4 is a thing, according to a Eurogamer interview, which happened in July. Took them 2 months to write it out, but, maybe they're very busy, I imagine. Doing lots and lots. I mean, Europe's crazy at the moment. But, are you guys excited? Did you play Pikmin 3? And
No and no.
I bought it.
That's just me.
I bought it, and I played a couple hours into it until I realized that I still don't like Pikmin. And I understand it's a great game mechanically, and it's, certainly an interesting real-time strategy game that has, it's made for consoles, and it feels great. I just can't get into it. And I've tried. I bought literally every Pikmin game and tried my hardest, and it's just not a game for me, but I will undoubtedly buy Pikmin 4 and say this is the game. So that's a winning recommendation.
Personally, I bought the first Pikmin game and played about halfway through it, and then put it down and never bothered to pick it back up. Just wasn't my thing.
It was a lot of pressure. I think that was the issue with the first Pikmin game, was I always felt like I was doing something wrong because of the countdown.
oh yeah, that one counted down, didn't it?
Yeah, you had like 30 days, and each cycle was a day. And I was already bad at that game, so like I'd go like 3 days and not get like a decent part to my ship, and I was like, oh crap, there's no way I'm gonna beat this game.
I enjoyed Pikmin 3. I haven't beat it, like the majority of my games, which is ridiculously bad. I need to beat it. I had fun. I actually really like it. But then I got distracted in, like, I think it's not Bingo Battle. It's like a weird time trial thing, which I sort of fell in love with and just tried getting it again and again and again for this gold medal and didn't beat any of the story, so I didn't know what was going on anymore. I restarted it, and I've stopped now. It's like, I do enjoy the game, but other things come along and distract me. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's the story of my life, basically, with video games.
Yeah, totally.
But I really hope... Oh, great. No, another rental service doesn't do Wii U. Sorry. It's really fun, and I'm actually quite excited. But there is the one question which everybody is asking, which is, will this come on Wii U or NX? Because literally all Miyamoto says is Pikmin 4 is very close to completion, and Nintendo's statement is, we can confirm that Pikmin 4 is in development, but that is all we can confirm at present, which is quite mysterious.
I want to say that it'll be an NX launch title, and if so, that is probably a good sign for the NX launch.
I got this.
Because I think that Pikmin 4 is, I think, in general, a more exciting launch title than any of the launch titles for the Wii U.
Well, Pikmin 3 was technically a launch title.
Supposed
Was
to
it?
launch window if we're making the whole first year a window.
I guess
Which
it was
I
like,
don't think you can do with a straight face.
well, it was technically like their second game, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, it was. I'm going to take a different approach on this question.
Okay.
I'm going to say it is neither. It is
Ooh.
their first mobile game.
what about Pokemon Go? Or
That is Pokemon
Shuffle?
Company. I don't think those count.
Yeah.
No, Pokemon Company is like a third owned by Nintendo.
No, I get that.
No, it's not. It's a
Well, they're
no,
all
it's
owned
a
by
separate
Nintendo.
thing. It's a separate thing. It's just that Nintendo
We've had Pokemon
Nintendo
apps for
owns
a
some
long
of
time.
it.
But I think that it feels too close to have a Pikmin game. I don't think Pikmin's nearly popular enough to warrant a game this quickly, and I don't think it's sold well enough for them to warrant that. But I think that it is totally a game that makes sense on handhelds. Like, I could see myself doing that on an iPhone. Like, flinging Pikmin or whatever, real-time strategy, third person on that. So I'm going to say that it's actually a mobile game.
That does make sense, actually.
Do you think that if it was a mobile game, they would call it Pikmin 4?
No, I think they'll call it Pikmin Go. I don't know what they'll call it.
No, but did they say Pikmin 4?
That might just be their term for it, like their colloquial term. Like,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
call it Pikmin 4 because it is technically the next one.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know. I think that
It would make sense.
if it wasn't like if they weren't going to call it Pikmin 4, then I think they would be a little more careful with their language and say something like the next entry in the Pikmin series or the next Pikmin game.
Yeah, that's true.
I do like the idea of mobile, yeah. Though, because Pikmin 3, it literally did have the perfect control scheme for Pikmin, because Wiimote and Nunchuck is the best way to play Pikmin. It is. Controllers don't work as well. And then you also have the gamepad for your second screen. So I kind of hope it is on Wii U, just because I really want to revisit that control scheme, because it is just so perfect. But mobile would also work really good, because I could definitely imagine actually flinging Pikmin. And then just pressing in the corner to your map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all seems like it works too well. So I'm hoping that's it, but we don't really know.
Yep. Also, how long have they been working on this? 2 years? How long did it take them to make the last Pikmin game?
Yeah, that's the other thing, is it's a strange turn. I think it would be weird if we heard that, I don't know, the next, that we're getting, that Mario Kart 9's in development. But, yeah. That's my take.
And also, last bit of news is that this isn't so much news, it's more that with the Eurogamer article, which took them 2 months to type, they also have something else where, I don't know, was this Eurogamer exclusive? I don't know. I read it on Eurogamer. But Super Mario Galaxy 3 is possible, but not before Nintendo's next console. So it's basically Miyamoto defending Nintendo's lineup and just talking about the possibility of Mario Galaxy 3, and then he also throws in the 3D Worlds. Spoiler for 3D World, skip, is that the final levels after you've beaten the game and you've collected all the stamps and stuff and you go off into space. Those are heavily inspired. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you want another Super Mario Galaxy?
I think so. I would be really happy with it. I think that the Super Mario Galaxy games were the most fun that 3D Mario ever was. Especially 2. And I think it's been 5 years since Super Mario Galaxy 2. I think that they've had time enough away from that idea that they could do something interesting with it still, because it's an idea that I think still has a lot of untapped potential.
I would be happy about it. I wouldn't be as happy as if it was a new, just in the 3D Mario series of games like Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. I'm waiting for a new one of those, and I've been waiting since Sunshine. But as far as I'm concerned, Galaxy's a close second. And I think that, that's the thing, is I think Galaxy 2 is so good. I just can't even really imagine them improving on that formula. I just want them to do something different with Mario. But I know that if they do Super Mario Galaxy 2, then it's going to be incredible. It's always incredible. I'm more afraid of, how long can they keep a perfect streak?
Not very long.
Oh no, that was totally a rhetorical question. I think
Okay.
I think they can. That it scares me I know that they are literally the best level designers in the world over at Nintendo, and especially at EAD, whatever studio works on it. But doesn't mean each time it happens, I'm like, oh man, don't let this be like the one Mario Galaxy that's really bad.
I can't see a world in which a bad like 3D Mario game is put out.
In a world of infinite universes, there is a place where Sonic Boom is literally the best thing that's ever happened, and Mario Galaxy has gotten straight zeros.
I don't I don't think that I don't think you can call multiple universes a single world.
Well, there has to be at least one single world in those multiple universes.
Okay, sure, but I can't imagine it. That's what I said.
I feel so sorry for people in that universe.
Yeah, it sucks. If you're listening to this podcast,
Remember to
we
like,
feel sorry
and
for
comment,
you.
and subscribe.
And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how you're listening to this.
And then we can sell it for like £1 billion.
Yeah.
£1 billion is weird, do you think? Because I still, whenever anyone says pounds, I understand it's a currency, but the way it's colloquially used
Is weight.
is weight.
No, we use it for weight as
pounds
well.
of what?
No, also, I don't know, because you don't have pounds. Literally in primary school, which is your elementary school. Don't know why you call it elementary, but you know.
Because you learn the elementary stuff. I don't know.
No, because it's like primary school, then it's secondary school, and then you enter tertiary education, but nobody calls it tertiary. And that's uni. Ours makes sense.
Uni still doesn't make sense, technically.
University.
Does it? University is a name for a collection of colleges.
Mm-hmm. Boom. Oh, no, but people would just like go up to you, they'd be like, do you want £5? And then they'd literally pound your arm 5 times.
We have that kind of over here where it's like, it was used in one movie that I could think of where they're like, oh, we'll pay you $10. And when the guy did whatever, he was like, okay, here, we're giving you 10 doll hairs. And it was like hairs from a doll. I think, if you remember in Dumb and Dumber 2, did you see that? Or Dumb and Dumber, I think, just the original one. Did you ever see that, Aaron?
No, I didn't.
The kid, yeah, I remember was it Owen Wilson? I forget. I think it's Owen Wilson and Jim Carrey. They try pulling that on some like 10-year-old kid, and the kid's like, yeah, sure, I'll take the doll hairs. And they're like panic because they don't actually have anything, so they just give him $20.
No, but no. Also, I realised I kind of forgot this at the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm rusty. I'm tired and forgetful. But have you guys been playing anything really interesting that these people would like to know about, aside from Wario Land 3, which we can get onto in a minute?
Absolutely nothing.
I've been playing Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX. I'll be reviewing that later, so I won't talk too much about what I think of it, but it's another rhythm game.
And what is Hatsune Miku for those who do not know who she is?
Yeah, so Hatsune Miku is a Vocaloid, which is a sort of like a synthetic pop star. Basically, she is the face of this this music creation tool that was developed by a Japanese company called Krypton that would allow you to use these sort of synthetic voices to add vocals to a song without actually having to have a singer to sing it. And over time, this sort of got really popular, and then this whole character was developed by the fans of the music to match the illustration on the front of the box, and now there are a whole bunch of these characters and this series of video games, and it's really weird. Just sort of how this happened. It's like the world's first open source pop star, because pretty much everything about it has been decided by not by uh, the people who own the character, but by the people making and listening to the songs.
Mm-hmm.
No, it sounds cool. She has blue hair, so that makes her cool. I am. Well, I've been trying to play some Splatoon, but taking a 5-week break kind of makes you quite bad. And I'm only level 24, so I feel like a peasant. Like, and I'm trying to play. Ugh. And also, there's all the new stages, which I still haven't played yet. So I'm like, do I continue playing? Do I not?
Why would you stop?
Have you? Because I love it so much. It's so fun. Like literally, Splatoon. They added new stuff as well.
Yeah,
Like
they keep doing it.
it's never ending.
It's a great method. I think that they really struck gold on that. I don't think it works as well on Super Mario Maker, unfortunately.
No. Oh yeah, they've stopped doing that.
But yeah, that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, perfect. Good.
We were meant to talk
Complaining
about
works.
that. It was
They
on the
patched
notes.
it out. Patch version 1.0.1 makes it so that you unlock parts based on how many blocks you've placed in the editor, rather than the whole waiting to 24 hours thing that it was doing before.
Right.
So if you want to unlock everything really fast, you can just go in the editor and start spamming blocks everywhere, and you'll start unlocking things.
Nice.
That will literally be me.
Whatever works. No shame.
No shame. But now is time to talk about, well, the book club. For the last 5 weeks, is it 5 weeks? It's something like that. We've been meant to be playing Wario Land 3. I say that because I kind of did forget and have picked it up the last week and a half, and I have played about half of it, which is still quite shameful because it's quite a short game. I am very sorry. But you guys, apparently you guys can talk about this for ages, so we should be fine. If any of you want to get involved in the book club in future, it's really simple. All you do is we announce what we're going to play. You play it, and then if you're having fun or you want to talk to us about it, just send us an email at nintendopowerhour@gmail.com, and then you can come on the show and talk about it. It'll be cool and exciting. And we promise we're not crazy.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm quite nuts right now. But that's kind of because I'm in the throes of an amiibo hunt, so don't let that deter you.
So come on Nintendo Power Hour. It'll be fun. Okay, yeah. But what do you guys think of Wario Land 3?
It was a great game.
Yeah, playing it again. I hadn't played it for a while before this, but like playing it again, just it made me realize a couple things, both about the game and about myself as a kid. That myself as a kid was an extremely patient person. Because it's not as bad as I remembered it, but this game sort of does a thing where because you can't die in the game and you can't really get hurt, it punishes you in places for screwing up by just making you do a section over again. Like, like an enemy will knock you off a platform, and then you'll fall down to a lower screen, and then you'll have to go all the way back around and climb up again to get back to where you were.
Which was
Um,
innovative game design at the time.
oh yeah,
Doesn't mean it's good game design.
No, but it was innovative.
Sorry, this is like 21st century. Is this game still older than me? Is this another one? Wait, when did this game come out?
oh man, I can't remember.
Oh, no, it is young. I'm older than this game by a solid
Day.
2 months. Yeah,
Huh?
like
Okay.
a week and 2 months.
Wow. That seems crazy to me because I vividly remember the day I picked this up off the store shelf.
I vividly remember that day too. I was crying and I had lots of food.
That was actually very vivid.
Yeah.
Um, but another thing that I realized about the game that I don't think I noticed before was just sort of how much detail and variance there is in the backgrounds. Um, which seemed really interesting for a Game Boy Color game because the Game Boy Color is pretty much a glorified NES.
That was a glorified worse NES. Because let's be real, the NES does look a lot better than the Game Boy.
Does it?
I think it does.
We're talking. Wait, which Game Boy are we talking? The original?
Well, this is a Game Boy Color game.
Right. I think it might technically look better, but the screen resolution makes it look much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Because when you stretch them up, they don't look that great.
Yeah, we talked about this on the last episode, Lou, but this game makes it work because the individual tiles are rather large.
Right, and definitely a way that you couldn't do it with a Mario game. In fact, they couldn't do it with Mario games.
Because this game is much more about worrying about your immediate surroundings and fighting enemies that are right next to you, or like bashing on the wall to see if you can break through. Mm-hmm. Whereas in a Mario game, you care more about the bottomless pit that's coming up ahead that you need to jump over.
Yeah.
So this game was a platform that was sort of built from the ground up for a square screen, which really makes you not notice how small the screen is and how little you can actually see, which I think is something that is really cool that this game pulled off.
Yeah, totally. We really went into the meat of this game before. This game, the best parts about this game are the gameplay itself and what they're able to bring to the table past like typical Mario, because it would have been easy enough for them to just say, all right, well, soon Wario will just do a fatter version of Mario and just keep the normal gameplay mechanics. He'll stomp on people's heads, he'll do this. They really do mix up game design, and it did become a series of its own because of it. Yeah, it's more, I think, of them showing innovation, because I think this is one of the first games too I can think of that had, or at least in my memory as a kid, but like had a story, not a great story, but definitely like a different story with multiple lines basically that you can follow based on your actions in a 2D platformer.
Wait, I think Wario Land 2 had that, but Wario Land 3 did not.
Wait 1 second.
There were no like story branching paths in 3. Certainly there were a lot of like gameplay and exploration branching paths you could follow, but there is only one ending.
That's what I get for playing through all of the series.
Because this is the first, I think it's the first actual Wario game I've actually played. Because I have not played Game & Wario, and I've not played WarioWare, which is a mixture of my age and the fact that I was like, why do I want to play this game with a yellow box and a fat, ugly guy with a mustache? Why would I play this? Let's go play Mario. Like, the most I know Wario of is a little game of in New Super Mario Bros. Where you find Yoshi, Wario, Mario, and Luigi. That is like the closest thing I've played to a Wario game. And I've heard about Wario games, specifically Wario Land 4. And I had assumed until I played this that they were all exactly the same. And okay, I was like, okay, just, it'll be like going back and forth across levels, finding treasure, going back to the entrance. But it's actually quite different. And it is unique. Especially in the way that, like, it's actually, while it is annoying you not being able to die and having to repeat sections, it is quite clever how sometimes you have to get hit by the enemy to access new areas or get new places.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is quite cool. And it took me quite a while to figure that out, because 21st century gamers are stupid.
I'm like to read the manual.
No, I completely forgot there was a manual. Yeah. Oh my gosh, can we just go into this for a second? Okay, no, I love reading manuals. I forgot there was an electronic one. So I spent ages trying to, there's, I think it's in the second level, where you go down these slopes and you're meant to roll into a ball. But unlike most normal games, you'd press down and then you'd like move forward or press like A or B.
Right.
Or something. You have to go down a slope, and then you have to wait for Wario to be tiltering, and then you got to press like down or forward or something, and then you'll roll.
No, you only need to press down once on the slope.
I know.
To start a roll going.
But I didn't figure that out, so I was just there like in the start menu, like where is this? And then I realized there was a little Wario face. Clicked on it. Well, selected it, and then there's like this little video tutorial. I was like, oh,
that's right.
Also, they didn't explain day and night cycle thing, which I only found out when I eventually was just there like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just look up a guide. Let's screw this. Okay, I am a 21st century gamer. I do this anyway. I have no pride. Let's go. And then I figured it out. And I was like, oh, that's why this level's dark and purple.
Right.
Yeah, the day-night cycle is something interesting that this game does that's sort of not typical for the time. I think there are only a few treasures in the game that can only be got at day or at night time. But for most treasures, it affects the enemies that are there, and it affects their behavior a little bit. So certain ones are actually a lot easier to get at day or at night because for some, the enemies at daytime will get in your way a lot less. And for some other ones that have tricky platforming sections, it can be helpful to play it at night because a lot of enemies will be sleeping at night and they won't walk around back and forth on the platform until you get near them and wake them up. So there's a little bit of forethought to choosing whether or not you want to tackle a particular treasure at day or night, and eventually you do find a treasure that gives you the ability to change day to night and vice versa at will, so you don't have to like enter a level and leave.
Mm-hmm.
True fact, though. I did not get the moon doors and the sun doors. I really did not understand that. Which I guess is not the game's fault, and maybe I'm expecting it to be too handholdy. Which I know loads of people hate. But it was confusing. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, but they took those liberties and
often
wanted to be confusing.
Yeah, this game, it's not, like, straightforward. It is Wario, not Mario.
It's not your mother's Mario.
At the very least, it doesn't make you wander around the whole map not knowing what to do, right? Because whenever you get a treasure, it tells you exactly which levels have a new treasure that you can get. And if you ever get stuck, you can go to the temple, and I think if you go to the temple and press up, or even if you just enter the temple normally and talk to the guy inside, he'll tell you which treasure you should go to get next to advance towards the ending.
Right.
But yeah, should we talk about the what little of a plot there is?
You guys can go away. No, go on. You can start.
Just leave.
No, my words.
Wow.
I was gonna be like, you guys can ramble on because I have not beaten this game, and apparently the only two important plot points are at the end. I know Wario finds a snow globe thing, and he decides to look at it because everybody, mysterious snow globe in a mysterious room. That's obviously going to go really well. He obviously has not watched a single horror film, but there he is, and he gets sucked into this world, and then the god creature of this world, which I secretly think is evil, but is telling him, I will send you back if you can set me free. But, that is as much as I know. He needs to find the 5 music boxes.
Yep. The music boxes have the power to release the seal that's keeping the hidden figure in the temple trapped. So yeah, you go around, you find the music boxes, and then it turns out that yes, the hidden figure in the back of the temple is actually the mastermind. He's this evil villain that had been sealed away by the people of the world. And then, yep. So he reveals himself. He's this huge, scary, hideous clown creature.
Sorry.
And he is really creepy.
Wait.
Yeah, his name is Rudy the Clown. If you want to look up a picture of him. Yeah, he says that it's like, all right, now that you have released me from my seal, I can take over this world and the one outside. And that because he has no use for Wario anymore, he's like, it's gonna start with you, Wario. And then you fight him, and he is actually the only enemy in the game that can actually kill Wario. If you get caught in one of his attacks, you will get a game over screen.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Just
very morbid.
He also looks hilarious. How is this meant to be scary? It's some deep, inner mini Aaron Fear.
I was surprised why they went with clown. I don't know, it just seems odd.
Whatever.
You're
questioning why they went with an odd enemy design in this game?
I don't know, I would have thought that the easy go-to would have been, especially in this case, because they could have kept the same kind of look of him, would be like a genie or a djinn or something along those lines.
I guess he's meant to be really grotesque and stuff.
And people do hate clowns, so...
Yeah, that's true.
He does have a clown vibe about him when you see his hidden face, though, with the huge mouth and eyes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if you do manage to beat this guy, whenever you beat him, he collapses, and then as he's defeated, then sort of magic starts spewing out of the temple, and it falls on all the enemies that were walking around, just all the regular enemies, like the spearheads and the hammerbots and all those guys. And then they turn into regular human people. And it was revealed that Rudy's magic had like, and as a last ditch thing before he was sealed, he had turned all the people of this music box world into these monsters that couldn't speak, and it turns out the reason why the enemies were fighting Wario and trying to stop him was because they knew that he was collecting the music boxes to break the seal on Rudy, and they didn't want that to happen.
So Wario's been going around murdering a ton of people.
Yep.
Making him the actual, probably evilest villain.
All right. Well, I don't know.
It's a good plot. It really is a good twist.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming.
And whatever. So the elder, the leader of these people, like thanks Wario for being the accidental hero that defeated Rudy, and he sends him back to the outside world with the big bag of treasure he's collected. And then Wario goes off and is just happy that he is a little bit richer and hasn't learned anything from the journey at all. I really like Wario as a character for that reason.
That he's like irredeemable.
Yeah, he keeps being the hero accidentally, and he doesn't ever learn anything from it. Like, this whole series, the whole Wario Land series, just sort of has this overarching theme of, like, it's the journey that counts, not the destination.
Right.
I think in Wario Land 4, the background music to the first level has lyrics in Japanese that sort of fit that same theme. And I think, like, in the original one, I think the plot is, like, started because Wario had got this, like, really valuable statue of Princess Peach, and then it got stolen from him, and then he went to go steal it back, and then in the ending, it got taken from him again. So there was really no point to anything that happened in the game at all.
Right.
And, like, despite this lesson being, like, repeatedly presented before him, he just doesn't change at all. Which it's sort of an endearing character quality, I think.
No, I agree. I think that he's one of... That's the thing, is it's like the Mickey Mouse theory, where the further away you get away from Mickey Mouse, the more interesting the characters become. The same thing happens with Mario, because he's so, polished and, supposed to be corporate perfect, that the further away you get in his circle of friends, the more interesting the characters are. And I think Wario is, as far as things go, pretty far. He comes along for a few tennis matches and kart racing, but I think he's one of the more quirky, with a more interesting storyline and, like, different personality traits that we won't see ever in other characters.
And I guess also because he is portrayed as a villain / accidental hero, but he is often shown as a villain when classified in games, that I think they can be a lot more... They have a bit more freedom as well, because if all goes bad, they can just say, oh, well, he was the villain, so he was meant to be... You weren't meant to like him.
Yeah. I think the character of Wario sort of gives the developers license to do a lot of things that they just couldn't with Mario.
Right.
Because, like, a lot of that, like, at the end of many of the Wario games, like, the ending doesn't actually turn out all that great for Wario, but, I mean, you don't really care, because, like, Wario is an asshole and he's entirely irredeemable.
So would you rather see a new Mario game or a new Wario game?
Man, I mean...
New Wario Land called it NX launch title. It's coming.
Like, it depends on what you mean by which one do I want, because I want both of them. Are you saying like which one would I have at the expense of the other, or which one would I want first?
Yeah, let's say, which one would you want first? Like there's a game to come out. It's the next game. They can only prioritize so much, and Wario and Mario are next on the lineup of things that they want to do. So they can either come this year or in 3 years.
I think I would want a new Wario Land game before I would want a new Mario game. If only because, again, like, they have more license to sort of be wacky and do color outside the lines
Yeah,
with Wario than they do with Mario.
I can see that.
And I think that I also think that is attributable to the Wario Land series, like greater physicality. Like a lot of the mechanics in Wario Land are about like throwing around Wario's weight, with like
Yeah.
the shoulder barges and the ground pounds and picking up and hurling enemies at each other. Um, like I don't. I'm not necessarily saying that I like the Wario Land games better than the Mario games. It's just that I think it's been too long since we've had a Wario Land game, and it's not a franchise that I want to see go away anytime soon.
It's been 7 years, for those who are wondering. So almost as much as Metroid. But
Almost.
you don't see as many people calling out for Wario Land. Which is a shame, really, because I guess 2D Metroid's better. But
I'm still saying that I want my Grand Theft Auto type game. I'm gonna hold on to that. That is my perfect Wario game. Him just causing mischief. I also want to put out that even with the secret, I meant to say this when we were talking about the ending. Even with the ending secret that Wario's been mass murdering tons of normal people trying to make him do the good thing, which he ends up fixing anyway and given an award for. He's still just as, in that regard, he does the exact same thing as Mario, who I think they said in the original booklet that all of the people in the mushroom
blocks.
Yeah, are blocks or are coins or something.
That's right.
So,
I never did any research to find out whether that or not that was expressed in the Japanese manual as well, or if that was just an invention of the localization team.
right. Yeah.
Kind of curious about that.
Someone look it up. One of our many, many loyal listeners.
That's right. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly.
I bet we already have the email waiting for us. All right.
No,
What?
Oh, no, go on.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
No, seriously, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, so we're going to wait and see whether or not Lucy is able to get her hands on Super Mario Maker before we make a definitive judgment that that's our game. I imagine that most people who listen to us already have that on their playlist of games, so they're most likely getting it whether or not we say go out and get it. And if we choose something different, we'll let you know next week.
Yeah, it's just because I feel like I'm the one person who was not that keen. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to vote with my wallet. I'm not going to buy this game.
You and Esteban.
Me and Esteban. Like,
would you be cool with a Zelda maker, though? Dungeon maker.
no, because I'd just be terrible. Because my whole thing is I tried this with Little Big Planet, and I failed. I failed big time, okay? My levels weren't even playable. And my whole thing with Mario Maker It's very dependent on, for me, somebody who is not good at making levels, who will try, and then will probably get quite bored. It's very much dependent on other people. And I think if you are a Mario expert and you're like, I want really challenging stuff, there's going to be tons of really cool levels for you. But for me, somebody who, I'm good at Mario. Actually, I'm pretty good, but I'm not like World Championships good. Or did you see their thing on their YouTube channel where they were making levels? I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that yet.
No, you should look at the completionists one because that is like that is ridiculously hard. And that's what I see happening in Mario Maker, and I'm like, do I really want to play that?
I don't know. I think that there's going to be varying skill types, and I think there's going to be some which are just painstakingly difficult, and there's going to be others that are just like, oh, well, you actually don't even have to play this one. If you don't touch the controller, then it will beat the level for you.
Yeah, and you can search for levels by difficulty.
How do they? Is it based off of user ratings or something?
It's based off of clear percentage.
Oh, that would
like
make
the number
sense.
of attempts, the number of clears divided by the number of attempts.
And everything is technically clearable if it's being posted, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. That makes sense then.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe I'll be like a secret convert, and then I will end up buying the game. Who knows? Maybe you will convert me. But no. Also, the one thing I was going to say earlier is, would you recommend Wario Land 3? Just generally for listeners, would you say totally? Would you say maybe? Like, depends, or would you say no? Don't touch this. This is terrible. This is not deserved to be looked at. Which probably isn't true, but could be.
Right. I think that if right now there's a lot of games coming out, so I can't say it's the top priority, but it's a game that definitely holds up. And there are a lot of virtual console games that don't hold up. This is not one of them. So I would recommend it. It is dated, but I think a lot of modern game design stemmed from this game. Not all of it, but some of it.
Yeah, I think it is definitely and it's very playable. It takes a little bit more patience and a little bit more exploration than most modern games do. So as long as you're aware of that and you're okay with it, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's a solid game. Be prepared to get confused at points if you are a modern gamer. Once again, I think if you're used to this sort of game, you'll be fine. You'll enjoy it. If you are used to more modern things, I say it's still 100% worth a look, and definitely worth a play. And it's ridiculously cheap. It's like £5. And if you're really feeling really stingy, you can use an emulator, but don't tell anybody that I told you that. But there's like a bazillion emulators you can try it on. It's a fun game. Like, I will actually go and beat it now. I'll take a screenshot and put it on Twitter. But it'll be fun. And it's a great game. You should play it.
All right. Good.
That is Nintendo Power Hour for this week. We're slightly over an hour. That's fine. But yeah, thank you for listening. There are tons of social media links. They'll be down in the description. The main ones you want to know is Twitter. You want to find Middle of Nowhere Gaming at mong.com, all spelled out. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really helps. Really does. I think we're nearly at 300 subscribers. We've been teetering the past month. So you could be 300 subscriber. Now, would that not be really exciting? Like, would that not be like the highlight?
We
of...
would be able to face the Persians.
Exactly. Like, imagine the honor of being a 300 subscriber, and then you could unsubscribe me really trolly. No, don't. That would.
Don't do that.
I just remember Jordan does actually listen to this. Hi, Jordan. This is what happens at Nintendo Power Hour. No, wait, where is middleofnowheregaming.com? Yeah, so it's literally just middleofnowheregaming.com. Also, Twitch. We're all geeks here. We all go on Twitch. Let's be real. Middle of Nowhere Gaming is Mong Plays, and we're trying to get back into it, get it back up. There've been quite a few streams, quite a few Metal Gear Solid 5. You know, if you play that, I mean, don't know anyone who does, but you know, it might just be your thing. Who knows? It's a really small game, made by Hideo
Kojima.
I was going to say tomato, but sure.
Wow. Wow, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm really not funny. Yeah. Also, any questions? Who knows? Maybe we'll get a question one day. Send them to nintendopowerhour@gmail.com, or you could just tweet it at us. Because you can find Lou at
Lou Cantaldi.
You can find Aaron at
@ArtCrush.
And you can find me at BlueFox2000. The letters, not the numbers. Thank you. I know I did not pick my Twitter handle well, but I'm not gonna leave my 115 followers. So
you know you can switch your handle.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just going into settings and switching the hand. I've been Lou Cantaldi.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I was LM Cantaldi originally, and I switched it during the Thanksgiving holidays, like I will again, to Lou Kentucky, and currently Lou Cantaldi.
Okay, I will do that. I should probably just wait a week though. Wait for this to go up. Get a couple of followers if anybody does listen to this. Actually, we had 155 for episode 7.
Nice.
I know, we do actually. We beat the Mong podcast, okay? So I don't care. Actually, I'm actually so proud of that. I know one of them did really, really well. I think that was episode 3. They got 307 views. Our YouTube channel only has 298 subscribers. Take that, Mong podcast.
Boom. Sorry.
You have 15. Sorry, this is so true.
It's all from me. Bringing in the biddies. Anyway.
Bringing all those Geeks by Night fans.
All the fangirls. Anyway. This has been a ton of fun, guys.
This has been good.
All right. We're just going to leave on a pregnant silence.
Long.
Mong.
Mong.